As the APC Special National Convention kicks off, President Muhammadu Buhari promises to provide the desired leadership in best interests of the nation. Leaders and Nigerians across board condemn killing of worshippers in Owo as Nigeria Police Force orders forensic investigation into the attack. Plus, after 20 years, Nasarawa State declared free from some neglected tropical diseases. These and more on Panorama today. Good afternoon, I am Tessie Umeri. Thanks for joining us. President Muhammadu Buhari has promised to provide the desired leadership in the ongoing consultations and consensus building towards ensuring that the governing APC retains power in 2023 by recording its third consecutive victory at the polls in best interest of the nation. This was while addressing the National Advisory Council of the party, whom he tasked to bring the affairs of influence to bear in the process of ensuring that a formidable candidate of the party emerges for presidential election. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports.
This meeting with the APC National Advisory Council is coming barely 24 hours after President Buhari engaged all the presidential aspirants of the party and urged them to consult, build consensus and come up with a formidable candidate that will lead the party to victory at the polls. It was, amongst others, aimed at sharpening the focus of the APC family members as well as fortifying the positive democratic principles, practices and culture of the party towards enhancing its electoral fortunes.
I recognize the fact that you all have diverse interests, spheres of influence and expectations. You similarly possess the collective ability to ensure our victory at the 2023 polls by strengthening the stability and unity of the party. My charge and appeal to you all, therefore, is to reach out to your various spheres of influence to actively promote the spirit of consultation and consensus building so that a formidable candidate for the 2023 presidential elections will emerge from the convention. Our citizens do not expect less from us.
The standard bearer of the governing party, the president insists, must have the ability to build a unified nation and the capacity to deal appropriately with the nation's fundamental challenges. He said the meetings held so far have not only been fruitful but indicative of a party that is prepared and marching towards a resounding victory at the presidential election.
I wish to assure you that in the interest of the nation and the party, I shall lead the transition process and ongoing consultation till we successfully choose our candidate for the 2023 presidential election and record our third straight victory thereafter, by God's grace.
President Buhari described as pleasing that the APC presidential aspirants consists of eminent personalities rich in experience, pedigree of accomplishments in life, capacity and commitment to service. Speakers at the meeting, including General Muhammad Magoro, Chief BC Akonde and former Senate President Ken Namani, were unanimous that with hard work and a unified front, APC would win the 2023 elections and expressed appreciation to President Buhari for the great service being rendered to Nigeria. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
CPAN Nigeria Niger Delta Forum Pandev has applauded President Muhammadu Buhari as well as the northern APC governors and political leaders for their support for the rotation of the presidency to the south in 2023. A statement by the National Publicity Secretary of Pandev, Honorable Ken Robinson, says the decision of the APC northern leaders to back the emergence of a presidential candidate of the party from the southern part of the country for the 2023 election is a welcome development and a great relief for all well-meaning Nigerians. It states further that Pandev completely agrees with the resolution of the APC stakeholders meeting, noting that after 8 years in the office of President Muhammadu Buhari, the presidential candidate of the APC for the 2023 election should come from the southern states of Nigeria in the interest of nation building stronger and a more united and more progressive country. This, they say, is in tandem with the long-held standpoint of the Southern and Middle Belt Forum and deserves commendation. Pandev states that by this development, the All Progressives Congress APC has not only ingratiated itself with the people of Southern Nigeria, the Middle Belt, and indeed all true lovers of democracy, equity, fairness, and justice, but has also demonstrated that it is a truly national political party that is committed to the unity, peace, and progress of Nigeria. Pandev further applauds the courage and patriotism of Governor Abubakar Badar of Jigawa State for heeding the nationalistic advice of his colleagues by withdrawing his presidential aspiration. They call on all other northern presidential aspirants under the APC and other parties to withdraw likewise in the national interest. Pandev emphasizes that the nation cannot afford to fetter the labels of the nation's heroes past and present by allowing self-seeking politicians to carelessly jettison arrangements and understandings that have sustained the oneness and stability of the country over the years. In the same vein as the All Progressives Congress welcomes delegates from across the country to Abuja for the party's convention, it is pertinent that the party puts its right foot forward in the choice of the standard bearer for the 2023 general election. The advice came from a group of young men and women that go by the name Oshimba Just Support Movement, who at a press briefing said their concern and that of Nigerians is to have a tested and trusted leader that has the capability to shoulder the great task of nation building. State House correspondent Jide Onifade has more.
And solicit the maximum support of all delegates to shun monetary engagement and be inspired by the hope that lies ahead of us.
The youth, led by Liberty Batmos, Ambassador Rukaya Muhammad, and Adejuwon Babatunde, described the convention as a crucial time when delegates are expected to carry out an exercise considered as significant in determining the graphic curve and trajectory of movements as a nation going in the right direction.
It is important to first and foremost understand the historical background of where we are coming from and where we project to be in the nearest future, which is to build the country of our dream and pride, where we all see ourselves from a nationalistic prism, driven by patriotism, unity, love, and peaceful coexistence, and equity for all. A country where tribe, ethnicity, and other parochial narratives do not determine the template of our existence as Nigerians. This reconfiguration and realignment of the dynamics of our nationhood starts with our esteemed delegates and all of us whose belief in the country has remained unshaken.
The parties search for the best candidates to succeed President Muhammadu Buhari in the forthcoming general elections. The Oshimbadu Support Group recalls the president's appeal to all stakeholders, especially the APC governors, of the need to have a united and coordinated front towards a successful convention and one that will meet expectations of the people. The group notes that the 7 years experience as vice president and at the time acting president stands them high above other presidential aspirants. In Abuja, Jide Onifade, NTA News.
Ahead of the APC Special National Convention for the party's presidential primary, the FCT Police Command has ordered the diversion of traffic along the roads leading to the Eagle Square, venue of the convention. Statement by the PPRO of the command, Josephine Ade, urges motorists to take alternative routes as the deployment by the command is characterized by heavy visibility policing, as will be witnessed at various checkpoints within the city center of Abuja. The police assures delegates and other dignitaries to the convention of their safety as watertight security is provided. The Deputy Governor of Oyo State, Rauf Olania, has announced his defection from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, to the All Progressives Congress, APC. Olania made this announcement in an interactive session with journalists on Sunday. He said the decision came in yielding to yearnings of his supporters who were tired of waiting after remaining afloat in the PDP for a while. He said the defection did not affect his relationship with the state governor, Sheyi Makinde, saying he remained on the same page with the governor regarding governance. He maintained that he was not resigning as deputy governor. Away from our politics, following the gun attack this Sunday on St. Francis Catholic Church, Owo, which left many faithful dead, Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu has cut short his trip to Abuja to visit the scene, describing the church invasion as a brutal massacre. Doris Alumoko reports that the management of the Federal Medical Center, Owo, is appealing to residents of the area to come for blood donation to save more lives.
This account reveals that the gunmen, numbering about 3, invaded the church towards the end of the Pentecost Sunday Mass, shot sporadically, and then dropped dynamite, which exploded, killing many and others severely injured.
I have concluded the Mass then with the closing response. The people were already responding when we heard the first gunshot, and then it was as if maybe people were fighting outside. So, but those who saw these unknown gunmen now, they had to quickly close the door. So I told people to move into a place called the sacristy. So we were there.
Including me, I ran towards the altar. So we are there. They were shooting. They even entered inside the church. They were shooting. So a man came towards the altar of the church with something. He was holding bomb on his hand. So he dropped it in that place, and he said it in a pidgin language. Say, we go see. Say all of us go die. Then he went. So I shifted from that place. One boy like that, he used his leg to kick the bomb. So before you know, the bomb just exploded.
It's quite unbelievable that somebody will come and the intention was to kill everybody in that church. And those who were running out, they were being shot from outside. Those who were inside were being shot from inside. They threw 2 dynamites to blow up the altar down to the sanctuary. This kind of desecration can only be done by the evil one.
Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, while on an on-the-spot assessment of the attack, appealed to the people of Owo to remain calm, assuring them that security operatives will fish out the perpetrators.
It's the most tragic event. These are the most dastardly act that can ever happen in any society. That it happened in a church, to say the least, is most condemnable.
The remains of victims who lost their lives have been deposited at the morgue of the Federal Medical Center, Owo, and St. Louis Catholic Hospital, Owo, while medical personnel are battling to save the lives of those severely injured.
We need blood for them, as many people that are within the hospital environment to come and please assist.
Some families are still trying to locate their loved ones who were in the church where the incidents occurred. From Owo, Doris Ulumoko, NTA News.
And staying with the attack, the Nigerian police force has ordered forensic investigation into the attack St. Francis Catholic Church Owo to ascertain the actual cause of the attack and for immediate arrest of the assailants. While commiserating with the church, families of the deceased, the people of Owo and Ondo State government, the CP Ondo State Police Commander equally ordered the immediate deployment of armed and specialized policemen to the area to restore normalcy and fortify the entire community. And President Muhammadu Buhari has condemned the heinous killing of worshippers on Sunday at St. Francis Catholic Church, Lua Street, Owo Kingdom in Ondo State. He mourns the dead, condoles with their families, the Catholic Church and the government of Ondo State, charging emergency agencies to swing into action and bring succor to the wounded. In the same vein, the leadership of the Christian Association of Nigeria (CAN) has condemned the attack and killing of several worshippers at the St. Francis Catholic Church over Lua Street, Owo, calling on security agencies to apprehend the perpetrators of the dastardly criminal act. In a statement by media assistant to CAN President Pastor Adebayo Olajide, said the act is condemnable, outrageous, unacceptable and satanic, stating that there is no explanation for this unprovoked attack and assault on a place of worship, as the body made case for more efforts to tackle the ills. CAN commiserates with all the bereaved, the Olowo Oba Bade Jesin Ogunoye, the Catholic Secretariat of Nigeria and the government of Ondo State. President of the Senate Aman Lawan has condemned the heinous killings of worshippers by terrorists on Sunday at St. Francis Catholic Church, Ondo State. In a statement by the special advisor to the President of the Senate of Media and Publicity, Ola Awuni, Senator Lawan described the callous attack on innocent worshippers as shocking and reprehensible. He called for a painstaking investigation and prayed for the repose of the souls of those killed and wished the injured speedy recovery. And in the same vein, the Speaker, House of Representatives Femi Gbajabiamila, has condemned while demanded immediate action from government against Sunday's attack. Gbajabiamila, while condemning the dastardly act, described those behind the attack as enemies of the state who must be fished out and dealt with accordingly. The Speaker lamented that the activities of terrorists, bandits, kidnappers and other criminal elements in the country are becoming a daily occurrence, adding that incessant attacks on innocent Nigerians across the country must be brought to an end. He challenged security agencies to double their efforts in bringing the insecurity in the country under control, especially by stepping up intelligence gathering to halt such attacks before they occur. Speaker Gbajabiamila sent his condolences to the government and people of Ondo State over the unfortunate incident. He equally prayed for the repose of the souls of those that lost their lives. And relative peace is gradually returning to Owo following gunman attack on St. Francis Catholic Church, Owo, Lua Street, Owo. And updates will be brought to you in a subsequent bulletin by Toyin Batire. Welcome back, and still talking security. A member of the Vigilante Service of Nigeria Tipper Garage Lugbe Unit, Ahmed Usman, was on Saturday murdered by hoodlums after he was allegedly blackmailed by an unnamed person on the allegation of blasphemy. How was security fared in the aftermath of the violence, as Onotu Yakubu brings us up to speed.
The situation is still tense at the Tipper Garage where violence erupted, but for the presence of policemen who maintained law and order. Abdullahi Umar, a patrol commander with the Vigilante Service in the market, was an eyewitness to the encounter between Ahmad Usman and the said person who instigated his murder. He told me that it all started around 2 a.m. while they were on patrol, as his unnamed assailant gathered people at this makeshift shop where he sells fried fish, as against the established rule to close all premises in the market at a stipulated time. an act which the late Ahmed Usman cautioned to the dismay of the unknown person. This development allegedly led to an argument between the two, and the unnamed assailant was alleged to have, at the break of the day, rallied hoodlums and returned by afternoon to accuse the victim of insulting the prophet.
He insulted him that among the vigilante here, he is the most disrespectful. And then he said, your father is an illiterate, and you are an illiterate because he didn't send you to school. So he said, even if you follow the prophet Adam, we will arrest you and you will be prosecuted if you break the law. How does this amount to blasphemy?
Some of the traders who spoke off camera expressed concern over the incident and appealed to the authorities to strengthen security in the market so as to check extremists who take advantage of uneducated youths in the market to perpetrate violent disturbances.
The police
really appreciate efforts of the police, commissioner and DPO.
From the information gathered from the people, since there is a connive somewhere or there is a problem between him and some group of people, that is why it comes to this.
This place has become a terrorist place, seriously, that we cannot be able to withstand it.
The FCT police says investigation is on to fish out the culprits. Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
To further secure the nation's maritime space for economic and political purposes, the Nigerian Navy is collaborating with French and Indian security agencies. Flag Officer commanding the Western Naval Command Rear Admiral Yakubu Wambai, at an interactive session with the Western officials, assured them that the Gulf of Guinea and other maritime corridors are now safe. Samuel Johnson has more.
A visiting French delegation with the hydrographic ship is for training and exchange of ideas for capacity building. With hydrographic navigation, the Nigerian Navy says the country will further strengthen maritime security and boost economic activities in its corridors, while the nation's sovereignty will be enhanced.
While here, they will work together, train together, exercise together to continue to build our ability in the hydrographic field. Okay, so this, by and large, is a continuum of our support and collaboration and cooperation with France.
For officials and students in the Indian National Defense College, it's time to compare notes and get additional knowledge, especially about the efforts of the federal government to make the Gulf of Guinea conducive for economic activities, while checking piracy, illegal bunkering, drug trafficking, and other vices.
This is the first step in this cooperation after the acquisition for the Nigerian Navy of NNS Lana from OCA Company, and we're looking forward for more cooperation in the future.
We have the story of the last story of operation we exiting from Nigeria. We have broken into the forces now, we're going to move 80 units.
The flag officer commanding, after briefing his guests, assured them that the government of Nigeria is doing everything possible to fortify internal security and protect the nation from external aggression. The delegates expressed delight to be in Nigeria and learn from the country's naval authorities. In Lagos, Samuel Johnson, NTA News.
Now to health. After 20 years of interventions and advocacy, Nasarawa State has been declared free from some neglected tropical diseases. So stating this feat, the state government says it has activated surveillance to monitor and prevent influx of new infections. Victoria Kasol-Jito has more.
This is not a cultural festival, but a celebration of defeat against neglected tropical diseases in Nasarawa State, with its more than 2 million population no longer at risk of contacting the disease. It all started in 1991 when the state government, with the support of development partners, launched a campaign to eradicate tropical diseases in the state caused by lack of access to clean water and poor hygiene practices. 27 years of administration of safe and effective medication as well as awareness campaign, the Carter Center declares the state free from the diseases.
through provision of funds for the various activities such as advocacy, mobilization, training, distribution of preventive chemotherapy of neglected tropical diseases.
Though free from the diseases, the state government caution must not be lowered as it urges citizens to sustain measures adopted in preventing the bite of black flies, identified as one major carrier of these diseases. In Lafia, Victoria Kaswa Ojito, NT News.
And that's the panorama. We thank you for watching. We'll have more news at our other belts. Stay tuned.